a practical SUV. One that is used by most top people in the government, lots of top people in the civil service. The typical runaround vehicle for most rich people, and most importantly, the one SUV that is loved by the people of Australia. Guys, that is the 2020 Toyota Land Cruiser Prado. It's right with me here again today, and if you're new here, please do well to subscribe and tap on the bell icon to turn on post notifications, and we will talk about the car. I'm at Motown Automobiles here in Lagos, Nigeria, and that is where I was able to get my hands on the 2020 Toyota Land Cruiser Prado. What is the fuss with this car anyway? Why does everybody want the Land Cruiser Prado? Okay, all of the attention seems to, be on the Land Cruiser Prado for a really long time, but now the Lexus LX570 seems to be taking all of that attention away. But what was it that people loved about this car? I'm going to tell you now. Looking at the exterior design, you can tell that it's a body on frame SUV, yeah? It has the same look as the 2020 GX460, the Lexus GX460. I have reviewed that before, so just click on pop-up banner up there and watch my review of the Lexus GX460. This is more or less let's say the more budget-friendly version of the two brothers. Of course, looking at the front here, we still have the typical Prado look. Prado has literally looked like this since the year 2019. Although rumor has it that there's going to be a brand new design in about 2021 or 2022. Nonetheless, we still have, of course, our normal headlamps, our LED bulbs right here. Of course, we have our washers. You can see our fog lamps right here, and this low to the ground looking bumpers that we have here. So it gives it a very mean look, a very fierce and imposing look. Moving on to the side, you can see that it still looks like the Prado. There's not much difference. Of course, we still have our wheels, which are sizable. Of course, they're now 17-inch rims right over there. This is a V6 variant, and so you have it right there. Looking at the body from the side, you can actually tell that this is a practical SUV. It's a 7-seater. Of course, we have extra seats at the back, and well, it's still what it is, right here at the back. Now, when you see, of course, there are different trims. This is the trim VXR. You can see that we have quad exhaust pipes, 2 on each side. Land Cruiser Prado with our Toyota badging right here. Now, on the highest trim for 2020, which is the Kakadu, of course, you won't have this right here. You would have the spare tire underneath the car. So this is something that makes this kind of stand out. So yeah, that's about it about the back anyway, except for the new tail lights. Yeah, the new tail light designs, LED, which are really, really cool. When it comes to like what powers the Prado, usually in most countries, you actually have the same engine that powers the 2020 Hilux in the Prado, but here we have the petrol version. Just like I said, it's a V6, so we have a 4.0 liter V6 engine, which you can see there, and it's actually paired to a 6-speed automatic transmission. Usually, like I said, you have a turbo diesel version, the same engine that powers the Toyota Hilux in most countries. This is paired to a 6-speed automatic transmission. Like I said, there's no manual variant anymore. That was actually totally scrapped. Maybe they will bring it back, but I don't know for now. So this actually sends all the power that it exerts to the 4 wheels of the car here. So you can already guess the drivetrain on this car, and that is one of the major reasons this bad boy is the most wanted, because it is great for off-roading. So guys, just like in most cars, smart entry, most new cars actually. So getting in is actually a bit on the easy side. Now we have the door as usual. I just do not like this lot of plastic I'm seeing here. Although here we do have, well, padded place for my arms to rest when I'm driving. Then here, of course, we have our window controls and other controls. Then we have our speakers and our door pockets in plastic too. Plastic. So this can actually take 2 bottles. You can see that right here, but of course this says no cups. Nobody wants anything spilling in the car. So yeah. So guys, this is the interior of the 2020 Toyota Land Cruiser Prado, and I will not say, okay, let's just get on with it, okay? But first we have here, it's a black car, so no contrasting color. We just have black leather that is perforated. Of course, we have spread out here our entire dashboard with a glove box. So I do like this wood trim here. I feel like this design was a bit toned down because there is the Lexus GX460 option, so they have to keep that premium so that this will, you get, so they're really playing this one down. Nonetheless, we have the center console right here. So okay, let's leave this for now. We have, of course, our air vents, our 6-speed automatic transmission gear, push the start button right here, extra storage for stuff that you want to keep away from, well, you know, prying eyes. Then we have here our traction controls, jabot cup holders right here, handbrakes. Of course, we have a 12-volt socket right here, extra space, USB ports. My favorite part of this car, we have a cool box with this mini cup or flask. What exactly is this supposed to be for? Maybe for coffee or to keep something hot. I think it does come with this though, of course, and it's a cool box actually. So here you can turn the power on or off to keep your drink or whatever it is you want cool. So that is actually a really cool feature. Now I'm going to turn on the car. Let us see, do you know what this infotainment system has for us? So this is supposed to be, or this is rather, a 9-inch touchscreen infotainment system. I don't want to call this a media system actually, but it does come with Bluetooth connectivity, and so you or I can connect my phone. So if I should allow my contacts and favorites to sync, well, you can see. So now my phone is fully connected. To use this properly, you need to download the My Toyota app on, well, your Google or Apple Play Store for you to enjoy the, well, usefulness of all of this. So now I can make calls from here actually. So yeah, that is super cool. Okay, so now let's talk about this car. This, of course, like I did show you here, we have our traction controls, downhill, blah 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 blah, every information that it is we need to know. So it does come with all of the goodie, like all the good stuff that actually does come with a 4-wheel drive car. So you can take it off-road. It's a great off-roader. I can't emphasize on that enough. It's a super great off-roader. I'm going to tell you why and put it against the GX460 and tell you the difference, apart from, well, just the fact that one is more premium than the other one. Nonetheless, so we also have a 3-zone climate control. We have our controls here. You can already see 2 for, well, you know. So that basically is it about this part. So I'm just going to show you the second row seats and we will go. Oh, and I forgot to add, these front seats are actually heated and they're 8-way power controlled, which is really cool. I like that. Okay, now let's go to the second row seats. So I would say that I really do like this part of the car for reasons I'm very sure you can see already. Okay, so yes, this is all we have at the back here. We have our grab handles that are hanging in there. Of course, we also have pins right here. Here, for practicality's sake, we have back seat pockets, and like I said, 3-zone climate control. So this is the last one here. Of course, we also have a 12-volt socket Still perforated seats. No, these aren't heated or cooling, and they're not power controlled either. Super comfortable, really, really soft to touch. Now, let us see. What is that feature about this back seat, this back seating area that I really do love, except for, you know, these vents scattered everywhere so that I don't feel hot? Yes, guys, we do have screens. This is bliss to know that I have screens at the back and I can do what I want. Come on, that is just everything and more. So yes, I really do love the fact that we have these right in here. We have two, so one there, and there's this beautiful one hanging right here, which is actually so cool. The headroom in this place is, oh my god, it's actually crazy. I love it. It's so much, and the legroom is even what is more beautiful. Just imagine this lot of legroom. This is actually really massive. Like I said, it's a 7-seater, so we have two right here. Of course, we also have some right here, and there's a seat at the back I'm going to be showing you in a bit. But then again, okay, this is going to be an actual sport. Yeah, right here we have an armrest with cup holders. So I love the fact that this is actually covered, so I don't have to put my hand on the plastic, you get. And so yeah, I like that a lot. So now I'm going to take you to the cargo area, and I'm going to show you what we have there and the seats that are right there. So this is the back view. I'm sure you've already seen that before. Now, normally in the Kakadu trim, you do have like the back glass. You don't have this here, so you can actually open the top part, which is easy, so you can just throw things in there without having to open the door. But we don't have that right here because of this, so you have to open this door styled. So this is what we have here. Okay, so let me put this in here. So this is actually the major trunk space, and this extra space you're seeing right here are the third row seats. So taking this down, I just need to pull it up. This thing is heavy. Okay, so right here we have our third row seats. It would actually be really fun to try to get in there. But it is going to be super uncomfortable, so I'm not even going to try. Okay, so with the third row seat up, I'm just going to toss this in there. So you see that we have very minimal trunk cargo space right here. So it might not be the most ideal. So if you want to get the most of it, if you don't have so many people you're carrying, you actually do need to have the seats down. But if you want to get more out of your trunk space, you can take the second row seats down too, and that will give you a whole lot of space. So now, features of this car. This car comes with most of the driver assistant features that you can find on any new car, especially one that is a 4-wheel drive, and it's a big ass, like big time off-roader. Big time off-roader. So now if I'm going to compare this to the GX460, of course you have to compare both of them. The GX460 has the same platform as the Toyota Land Cruiser Prado, and so they tend to look alike. That one just has, well, let's just say it is a foreigner built on the body, or built into the body of a Prado. That's what the Lexus GX460 is rather. This, on the other hand, is the more budget-friendly brother of the two. So this comes with the same features as the GX460, except that the GX460 does have more 4x4 features, or more off-road features that actually allow driving a lot better, or allow for driving to be a lot better rather. This doesn't come with crawl control. That is one of the 4 of them. Okay, so crawl control is just like cruise control, but for off-roading. This just has your automatic emergency braking, your adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, and the rest of them. It doesn't come with crawl control, and a few others. Well, yeah. Then the Lexus GX460, of course, is the more premium one. This one, though, is easier to maneuver because it does have smaller wheels than the GX460. It has smaller tires. Well, let's leave the rims alone, but it does have smaller tires, so it's easier to drive this than to drive the one with the bigger wheels, just for, you know, maneuvering purposes, stuff like that. So the practicality of this car is actually in the driving. If you take this car off-road, you would see why this car is actually loved by so many. It's just unfortunate that I can't exactly do that right now, unfortunately, but yeah, it doesn't make it any less of a great car. It's still a really great option. Now, the only things I don't like about it is the facts that one, it is actually so fuel guzzling, like it takes so much petrol, but then again, that's expected. And one more thing, the interior. Maybe, like I keep saying, it's built for a particular class of people, so you understand that the interior looks the way it does look. Personally, most people tend to prefer the interior of the GX460, but I think I prefer the dash area of this one than the interior. Like, I wish I could just put both of them together. I think that would actually be a lot better, but I prefer the dash area of the Prado, but the interior, the other parts of the interior of the GX460, because who doesn't like premium stuff anyway? Yeah, so it still looks dated, but it suits the class it was built for. Let's leave it like that. So classes or cars within that area, we have this Prado, we have the Lexus GX460, we have the Toyota Land Cruiser Prado, and we have the Lexus LX 570. Another thing is you need to understand that this comes with a V6 and the Lexus GX460 comes with a V8 engine. So of course that pushes out more power and it makes it more able to do the job, although this is more maneuverable, so people tend to prefer this to the GX460. Now, in conclusion, if you were going to ask yourself, which should I go with? Should I buy the Toyota Land Cruiser Prado, or should I go for the Lexus LX or GX460 rather? I think it would depend on you. Both of them are great when put together. If they're separate, of course, they have competitors, although the Prado is a big one in its class somewhat, but if you begin to put all of that premium stuff, it does lose a lot. The GX, on the other hand, I would ask you to consider other options, other of its competitors, before you go for it. But if you put both of them together, I think it depends on what you are looking for as a champ or a queen. Beautiful woman. Okay, so if you're working with a budget, you're looking for something budget friendly that you can just throw around and have fun with, of course you can go for the Prado. But if you're looking for something that is more on the premium side, with more stuff to play around with and more features to allow you, you know, enjoy the car, you should totally go for the Lexus GX460. Yes, guys. So if you're wondering how much this car costs, I'm not going to tell you that. I'm just going to leave it here I'm going to leave it as a surprise, you know. So if you want to find that out, all you need to do is come here to Motown Automobiles and they will give you any detail. In fact, when you're coming here, just ask them for the price and carry the car and be going home. Finish. There's no need for too much talk. Yes, guys, so we arrived at our destination. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here, please do what? Subscribe before you leave. Tap on the bell icon to turn on post notifications, and I will see you later. Hey, don't forget to like and share.